South Dakota's growing on you, Jimmy. Made a frying pan, exactly. Well, Perkins is close enough.
So he raced number 1 for the modifieds, rolling out on the Speedway. Out of Davenport, Nebraska, it's going to be the 50 machine of Scott Smith. To his outside, Jacob Wolfsleben in the 01 machine.
Bob Zilbeck of the 5S to the inside, road to the outside. Dylan Smith at 95. Brandon Verbeek, Alec Reitz, Matt Bonine, Brian Ozatowski, and Matthew Kempis, your starting order.
Wolfsleben with the race lead out of turn number 2, the 01 machine. Look out, problems on Ozatowski and Bonine over there, the 141. Yellow's out. So yellow out over there. Brian Ozentowski part of that. The 999.
Mr. $2 corn going around. I wonder if Cody Thompson still calls him that.
You know, those guys did a lot of battling back and forth, not only in Nebraska, but in Iowa, wherever those guys would go, South Dakota, in the sport mods, and now we get it both in the modifieds, too. So it's pretty cool to watch them.
Cody Thompson also here tonight, the Sioux City Slayer, the 25C. We had someone reach out to us here, and that is tuned in on AdvantageRacing.tv tonight. He's raced here before. Jared Jackson, the 98 Hobby Stock. And from all of us here at US 3 Speedway, we would like to say sorry for your loss and our condolences to Jared. Unfortunately, his dad passing away a few weeks ago. So, Jared, we just want to tell you that you and your family are in our thoughts and prayers, and we hope to see you back here at the racetrack here next season, buddy.
Oh, man, the 98 crew is always fun to watch. Well, they'll be back stronger than ever. We know that as we go back green here. Wolfsleben, Smith, Zobek, and Dylan Smith. Your top 4 as we come to the green. Wolfsleben again will have the race lead. Scott Smith 3 wide with Dylan Smith on the outside. Zobek on the inside, the 95. Dylan Smith will run it to the second spot into turns 3 and 4. Scott Smith back on the inside. Wolfsleben will lead lap number 1.
Top 4 go to the big dance here tonight. Wolfsleben still your race leader. Here comes the 95 of Dylan Smith. Scott Smith right behind him, but he's under attack now. That would be from Bob Zilbeck. And the 5S machine side by side through turns 3 and 4. Oh, car around.
Verbeek around over there in turn number 3. The 4B of Brandon Verbeek around. Puts it in reverse. Has the car rolling. Green is out. Verbeek is rolling. So now Dylan Smith will look to the inside of Jacob Wolfsleben. The battle for the race lead in turns 3 and 4. Wolfsleben in the slider chassis. 01 continuing to lead the GRT of Dylan Smith. Now he'll roll to the outside. The battle for the race lead, it goes to Wolfsleben. Smith now trying to find traction.
As he goes up way high to the top of the Speedway, Wolfsleben now down to the bottom. So goes Smith in the 95 car, trying to find the bottom as it becomes open. Here comes the 5A, a little squirrely off turn number 4 now. Modifies put on a great show here for heat race number 1. Wolfsleben still your race leader is Smith, trying to find a way to catch the back bumper.
So Bob Zobek running in the 3rd spot. Scott Smith holding on to 4th, but don't look now. Here comes Alex Reitz, the 1R machine. He's figured out the top side. Ozentowski right there as well. Battle for the 4th and final transfer spot. Now Reitz has it at the line. Verbeek in the 4B again with problems. Yellow flag out. The 4B machine of Brandon Verbeek.
Silver Verbeek around once again. And the caution will fly.
So caution lights are down. Jacob Wolfsleben from the Sand Hills of Nebraska. Out in front, Dylan Smith at Osceola. Bob Zobek out of Dorchester, Nebraska. Bob Zobek in that 5S machine. He's been a long-time competitor around Nebraska in auto racing in the Friday Night Flyers and the modified. So as we get set to go back, top 4 move on out of this one. Wolfsleben will set the pace again out of turn number 4.
Back now into turn number 1. Green flag back out. Ozentowski hits the high side once again. Here comes Dylan Smith at 95, trying to look to the outside of Wolfsleben. Nothing doing. Zilbeck and Scott Smith now give that to Ozentowski now into turns 3 and 4. Oz the dust flying off that 999 car. Top 4 transfer. Give him position number 4.
So Ozentowski moving into the 4th spot once more as Dylan Smith now side by side out of turn 2 with Jacob Wolfsleben in the battle for the race lead into turn number 3. Dylan Smith, the Active Life 95 GRT upstairs, 2 sticks up, 2 to go as Smith now your race leader over Wolfsleben.
Ozentowski up to 3rd now in that 999 car. Does he have enough time to possibly make a little bit more insurance and lock himself into that A feature here tonight? Looking on the outside of Wolfsleben now into turns 3 and 4.
Oh, the DeVilbiss chassis wound up on top. Look out, here comes Brian Ozentowski. Ozentowski's got it to 2nd.
As he's hit 2nd place now, could he possibly go to 1st? He's got to try to run down Smith here, a little bit slow down the backstretch, maybe saying, you know what, I've got enough insurance. Let's keep her here. As Smith will pick up the heat race win. Ozentowski, Wolfsleben, and wow! Out of nowhere, Alec Reitz in the 1AR will pick up 4th.
So how about that one, race fans? Out of Osceola, Nebraska, they call him the Osceola Rocket. Let him hear it out of 4. The 95 machine picking up the heat race win. It's Dylan Smith. Brian Ozentowski coming home in that 2nd spot, man.
Inside of row 2 is Austin Swoboda in the 16A to the outside, the 21B of Jason Breeze.
Row number 3 scheduled to be the 72 machine of Mike Lineberry to his outside, the 88 of Sean Berrigan.
And to the inside of row 4, the 33M of James Messenbrink, and Nate Thompson in the 3T.
So yellow lights are down. 8 times around the Speedway. Heat race number 2 from Odell Construction. Clint Homan and Jared Hoffelman. Hoffelman switching over to the Razor chassis this year. Keep your eyes on that 15H machine, no stranger to victory lane. As we get set 8 times around the Speedway.
Razor chassis also producing great modifieds as well right here in Columbus, Nebraska, and a big sponsor here for US 30 Speedway. 27 Clint Holmans is your race leader. Here comes a 15H of Hoffelman as they run side by side through turns 3 and 4.
Homan will lead lap 1. Hoffelman right there on the rear quarter panel. Hoffelman upstairs. Homan around the tires. Swoboda lurking back there in that 3rd spot. Then it is that 21 of Jason Breeze. Side by side for the race lead into turns 3 and 4. Hoffelman upstairs looking to gain the lead on lap number 2. Goes to 15H of Hoffelman.
You know, they say the inside line is the quickest way around the racetrack. Hoffman says not true. I'll show you the high side as the fastest as he keeps the momentum up on the top shelf. Now running through the middle, sliding back to the top shelf in turns 3 and 4. Here comes Holman down on the bottom, but the 15H still too strong.
So Homan falls back to 2nd. Then it's Swoboda running in the 3rd spot. Jason Breeze running in that 4th and final transfer spot. The 21 machine holding on to 4th. Nate Thompson. Around goes Mason Brink in the 33. Mason Brink still sitting in turn 2. Hoffelman goes by the flag stand. Green stays on. Hoffelman now downstairs in the 15H machine. Hoffelman moving down to the inside. Homan running in that 2nd spot still. Then it is Swoboda. Hoffelman will work around Mason Brink this time by 4 laps. I believe 3 laps now to go. 3 to go for the 15H of Hoffelman.
15H of Hoffelman looking real strong here now down to the bottom side of the racetrack. Was up on the top side, Scott, but now working the bottom side, trying to gain some insurance. As Holman still holds on to 2nd. Swoboda and Breeze, your top 4 transfer.
I think Hoffelman's just trying to see what the racetrack may bring later. Driver no stranger to US 30 Speedway. 2 laps left to go. Works out of turn number 2 as your race leader. Now Homan will have to work around Mason Brink down the back straightaway. Clint Homan holding on to that 2nd spot as he works around the lap car of Mason Brink, the 27 out of Bellevue, Nebraska. White flag out for Hoffelman. Swoboda runs 3rd and Breeze your top 4.
Mason Brink is still a lap car right there hanging with the top 3. Swoboda will now try to put him a lap down, but as we'll come to the checkered this time by, Hoffelman will pick up the heat race win. Holman will be in that 2nd place spot. Swoboda followed by Jason Breeze, your top 4 transfer.
So race fans, out of turn number 4, the driver from Columbus, the Wheezy Show Cattle Razor chassis. How about it for the 15H of Jared Hoffelman? Clint Homan coming home in that 2nd spot. Austin Swoboda and Jason Breeze, your top 4. Moving on directly to tonight's A feature for your modifieds. Nick Fry, the 3F machine. Aiden Steffens in the 12A machine. Ryan Sample, the 97. Anthony Roth in the 60 IV. Norm Ziegenbein, the 1Z. And Dylan Silman in the 35D. 8 times around the Speedway. 8 cars here. Heat race number 3 for your modifieds. Thompson and Hoffelman will bring us to the green flag. Cody Thompson looking to lead lap 1. Brent Hoffelman honing in that second spot. Then it is the 60 IV of Anthony Roth. Dylan Silman will work the outside of Nick Fry. Now the battle for that 4th spot. Dylan Silman to the outside. So Silman now the battle for 3rd. Dylan Silman will poke the nose to the inside of Anthony Roth. Roth now back in that final transfer spot. Dylan Silman in that 35D on the march. Keep your eyes on that driver as Cody Thompson continuing to lead Brent Hoffelman in the 24H. Silman lurking in that 3rd spot. Hoffelman in 2nd. Roth runs 4th as Cody Thompson continues to lead. Nick Fry falling back into that 5th spot. Aiden Steffens behind him. Then is Norm Ziegenbein. Ryan Sample around in front of your race leader. Yellow coming out. Yellow flag coming out. Ryan Sample going around in front of Cody Thompson. Thompson doing a great job. We mentioned Cody Thompson, one of those drivers moving out of the sport mods, jumping in that Harris Auto Racing Massey Motorsports 25 machine out in front of this heat race. Brett Hoffelman running in that 2nd spot. Dylan Silman runs 3rd. Gaver Tire, a longtime supporter out here. We didn't see Jason back in a race car for many years, but out here supporting the US 30 Speedway. So Cody Thompson will bring us back to the green flag. Brent Hoffelman in that 2nd spot. Dylan Silman 3rd. And Anthony Roth in 4th. Silman to the inside of Hoffelman. The battle for that 2nd spot. Dylan Silman in the 35D works to the inside of Brent Hoffelman. He'll slide it across the nose and set his sights on Cody Thompson. Thompson out in front, the 25 machine. Now Hoffelman back to the rear bumper of Silman. Anthony Roth running right there in that 4th spot. Takes a peek to the inside of Hoffelman. Up front, Cody Thompson will look for 2 sticks up, 2 laps left to go. The driver of the 25 machine is Cody Thompson. 2 laps left to go here. Heat race number 3. So top 4 move directly into tonight's A feature. Brent Hoffelman runs 3rd. Anthony Roth running in that 4th spot. White flag will wave, this time by the 25C of Cody Thompson. One more time around the Speedway. Dylan Silman running in 2nd. Hoffelman in 3rd. Brent Hoffelman, that is, in the 24H. Silman goes high in turn number 2. Trying to see if there's any real estate left up there. It's Roth now to the inside of Hoffelman. Checkered flag out of turn number 4. The 25C will go Cody Thompson. Dylan Silman into the 2nd spot. Brent Hoffelman and Anthony Roth moving directly into tonight's A feature. Nick Fry, Aiden Steffens, Norm Ziegenbein will have to try their luck a little bit later on. Race fans picking up heat race number 3, the Massey Motorsports Harris Auto Racing 25C machine. Let them hear it. It's Cody Thompson.
Someone got a little busy with race announcing at a few different tracks, and yeah, glad to be bringing it back here in the off-season coming up soon, and glad to kick off Season 2 of the Announcers Booth podcast today right here at home with Thursday Night Thunder at US 30 Speedway.
You know, we said we're to our arm length are sold. They're still buying them down here. So
hey, that's
last
good.
call for 50-50. Make sure you're getting them bought up here, folks.
Because the 50-50 sales end once a checkered flag flies on this B feature.
So Zobek and Thompson on the front row. Fry and Smith in row number 2. taking the top 8 into tonight's A feature, trying to get down there to the Valmont US 30 Speedway victory lane. Part of Columbus Strong. Out of turn number 4, it is Zobek bringing us to the green flag.
As we work him down now to turns 1 and 2, Zobek, Nate Thompson, the 3T car on the outside. Can he find the bite to get to the race lead? No, he cannot. Zobek has the advantage off turn number 2. The 3 car of Nick Fry to the inside of Smith. That is for 3rd and 4. Sean Berrigan all by his lonesome now in the 88 car in 5th.
So Zobek, Thompson all over the rear bumper in that 2nd spot. Nick Fry running 3rd. Here comes Scott Smith. Sean Berrigan now to the inside of Smith. Mike Lineberry side by side with Aiden Steffen.
Sean Berrigan working to the inside of Scott Smith into turns 3 and 4. Driver out of Sergeant Bluff, Iowa. Racing up here. You can find him tomorrow night at the new Raceway Park in Jefferson, South Dakota, as well as the 141 on Matt Bonine. A couple of Sioux City regulars. Meanwhile, up front, Zobek with the race lead, followed by Thompson, Fry, Berrigan, and Smith, your top 5.
So the battle for 8's Ryan Sample, Brandon Verbeek. Now here comes Matt Bonine, the 141. He's 1 spot looking in. Verbeek with the spot right now in the 4B machine.
As the 141 on Matt Bonine, the man behind Bonine Garage Doors, trying to get to a transfer spot here off of turn number 4. That is your best battle out on the track right now. A gang of the cars working towards each other's back bumpers to try to gain position as we're single file around the US 30 Speedway.
Single file around the tires on the inside. Bonine now looks to the outside, cuts it back down to the inside of Verbeek. He's trying anything and everything he can to put the 141 machine into the show here tonight. Keep your eyes on Bonine. Out of turn number 2. Look out. Ryan Sample goes around. Caution is out. So Ryan Sample, the 97 machine, goes around in turn number 1. So Bob Zobek out of Dorchester, Nebraska, that 5S machine out in front. Nate Thompson, the 3T machine, trying anything and everything he can do to get around Bob Zobek.
So anything with 4 tires and a motor and a wheelman all around is what you're saying.
Man, he is. His kids are in go-karts. You know, he's always around the sport. So keep your eyes. Nate Thompson running that 2nd spot right now. Bob Zobek, your race leader. Caution lights go down. Getting set to go back green here. Of your modified B feature, again, top 8 right now. Brandon Verbeek holding on to that spot.
Matt Bonine on the outside, looking in for the 141 car, looking for a transfer spot, looking to the outside of Verbeek now through turns 1 and 2. As we got some cars shuffling around in the field here, Verbeek still holds on to that 8th and final transfer. Oh, we got a little bit of flamage under the hood of one of the cars. That's all right. It's just a little bit of a header spark as Nate Thompson now looks for the lead into turn 1 and 2.
Nate Thompson looking racy up front now. Verbeek trying to get an insurance spot away from Lineberry. Look out, Verbeek stuffs it into a tire. Bonine nowhere to go. Yellow lights are out. So charging hard for that 8th and final transfer spot. Brandon Verbeek in the 4B machine looking to the inside of Mike Lineberry. Stuffs it into a implement tire. Matt Bonine no place to go. Sean Berrigan, Scott Smith. Then it is Mike Lineberry, Aiden Steffens out of North Platte in that 12A machine. Matt Bonine in the 141, now in the 8th and final transfer spot. Norm Ziegenbein 1 spot out, looking in. Caution lights are down. Zobek will bring us back to the green flag.
As we work them down in turns 1 and 2, Zobek, Thompson, Matt Bonine, the 141 car. He's working his way, trying to find a way into the transfer spot. Does he have it? Let's check timing and scoring here.
Aiden Steffens and Norm Ziegenbein side by side. The battle for that 8th spot. The 12A has it. The 1Z wants it. Zobek continuing to lead in the 5S machine. Nate Thompson running in the 2nd spot. Nick Fry and Sean Berrigan, Scott.
As they work on turn number 2, we're going to see 2 to go this time by double sticks in the air. Zilbeck still your race leader. Thompson not going away, though, in that 3-team machine. Yeah, you know, top 8 transfer here, Scott, but you got to be thinking these drivers want a good starting spot in that A main, no matter how far back they have to start. We got 2 to go. Now coming to the white flag this time by a car around now in turn 2.
Sample around again in turn number 2, the 97 machine. White flag waves, can Sample keep it rolling? Yellow comes out. So Ryan Sample around over there in turn number 2, bringing out the caution flag yet again. Zobek, Thompson, Nick Fry, Sean Berrigan, Scott Smith, Mike Lineberry, Matt Bonine, now with an insurance spot, and then it's the 12A of Aiden Steffens. Norm Ziegenbein, Mason Brink, and Verbeek all looking from the outside in. Green, white, checkered in this one. Zobek brings us back to the green.
Back to the green, white, checkered finish here tonight. In this final B feature right before intermission, Zilbeck Thompson. As we work through turns 3 and 4, white flag will come out this time by top 8 transfer. Oh, some contact near the back end. Car out on the front stretch.
So Ziegenbein sitting on the front straightaway. Caution comes back out.
I don't know. All I know is I didn't do it.
Did you do it?
I didn't do it. I just work here.
Probably Jimmy down there. He's sitting there all innocent down there pretending he doesn't hear us.
Looks like it. We're coming back to green now off of turn number 4. Zobek and Thompson, Nick Fry, a couple of 3 cars battling out for second and third. Berrigan, Smith, and Lineberry, Bonine, and Steffens.
So white flag will wave Bob Zobek one more time around the speedway. Bottled up is Bonine and Lineberry around the inside. Mason Brink holding on to that final transfer spot. The Roth Racing last man in, possibly going to Mason Brink now as he slips up. Mason Brink under heavy pressure from Verbeek and Steffens. Checkered flag waves Bob Zobek, Nate Thompson, Nick Fry, Sean Berrigan, Scott Smith, Mike Lineberry, Matt Bonine. Whoa, Verbeek going around again. I believe James Mason Brink getting that 8th and final transfer spot. So yellow coming back out as Cruz trying to head back up into the pit area there. So again, the receivers saving that one there. We'll get them lined back up 2 by 2 drivers. You see them pull out of formation when they hear that on the start there. So Hoffelman, that 15H machine, Reitz in the 1AR. Alex Reitz on the front row. Cody Thompson and Brian Ozendowski, the Oz, in row number 2. A couple of drivers that moved out of the Sport Mod ranks, now sitting in row number 2 as we get set here. Abe Lincoln Memorial modified A feature getting set for green out of turn number 4. We're green.
Green here with our modified A feature events. Look at the 15H rip the lip of the top side. Here comes row 2 of Ozendowski and Cody Thompson. Hokar around in turn 2. Up against the white pole. Can we see if we can stay to the green flag? Off of turn 4. Caution flag will fly.
Yellow flag will wave. I believe that's the 01 of Jacob Wolfsleben over there. So Wolfsleben up against the light pole, looks like down there in that 01 machine. Jared Hoffelman says, hey guys, there's an outside groove up here. I'm going to use it to my advantage on this start. Keep your eyes on the 15H of Hoffelman on this restart. Yellow lights going down, green light flickering in turn number 2. We'll get set for our modified A feature event here. 20 times around the speedway. Reitz and Hoffelman once again. They'll set the pace into turn number 3. Here we go. We're back, green and Grayson.
As we come back to the green, complete restart here. 15H way up to the top of the racetrack, and Hoffelman, Reitz though looking for the lead. Here comes Hoffelman, says, I gotcha. Cody Thompson in the top group now, so is Ozentowski, and the 95 working his way 3 wide all throughout the mid-pack.
So Hoffelman will rip the lip up top. Lead lap number 1. Reitz will work the bottom side. Here comes Cody Thompson around Jason Breeze. Ozentowski now with a run down the back straightaway. They're side by side for the 4th spot into turn number 3. Sitting back there in the 6th spot now, it is Swoboda. Here comes Roth. He'll slide up in front of Dylan Smith.
As they work through turns 1 and 2, Hoffelman, your race leader, Reitz in that 2nd place spot. Here comes Cody Thompson on the top side, 25C. Oz will go right along with them. 21B, Jason Breeze now your top 5 as we work them through turns 3 and 4. Down the front stretch, it's Hoffelman, still your race leader.
Hoffelman definitely using the top side. Check out the quarter panel. On the right rear as he comes down the front straightaway. He's wrinkled it a little bit. Reitz still running in second. Now Thompson will dive it to the bottom side. The 25C of Thompson dives the nose to the bottom. Breeze still sitting back there in the 4th spot. Then it is Ozentowski, Dylan Smith, Austin Swoboda. Caution is out front straightaway. Brent Hoffelman, Clint Holman.
I tell you what, Scout, we about had a parking lot worse than a Walmart parking lot on Black Friday.
Yeah, not a good place to be facing the wrong direction in a one-way traffic lane there. Check out Hoffelman's right rear quarter panel. Definitely using the top side of the speedway. Dylan Smith and Austin Swoboda. Scotty, caution lights are down. Green light flickers.
That means RPMs will come off turn number 4, and we will be green flag racing once again. Cody Thompson to the outside of the 15F of Jared Hoffelman. Hoffelman dives to the bottom on the restart now. What a change of lines, but now back to the top shelf. Cody Thompson follows suit, now dives back down to the bottom in turns 1 and 2. Slide job coming. No, can I get it to stick as 25C?
So Hoffelman knows that Thompson is there. Now he showed the nose. Now Thompson jumps back upstairs. Hoffelman on the bottom side out of turn number 4. Hoffelman with the advantage. Reitz in that 2nd spot side by side with Cody Thompson as Thompson now jumps back upstairs. It's Jason Breeze holding on to that 3rd or 4th spot. Now here comes Ozentowski to the inside. Dylan Smith looks to make it 3 wide in turns 3 and 4.
Here comes Cody Thompson on the top shelf off at turn number 4. Reed's right there in step with him. On the bottom side, here comes Thompson now. Does he have enough drive off at 2? No! Reed's will power back down to the inside. Into turns 3 and 4. Reed's up to 2nd. Thompson back to 3rd. Hoffelman still your race leader in the 15H. Oh, man, this is going to be a good race. You're coming to the line there, Scott.
6 laps into this one. Here it is still Hoffelman ripping the lip up top. Thompson sitting back there in that 3rd spot. Now Alex Reeks in the middle of those two. Reeds problems. Brent Hoffelman in the 24H down the back straightaway. Hoffelman facing the wrong way on a one-way street back there. We'll see if he's reeled out of harm's way. Brent Hoffelman sitting back there as Jared Hoffelman shows the way. Alex Reeds runs 2nd.
The 24H will leave it in the infield and pull in a little bit deeper now as we're still working through turns 1 and 2. Reeds your pole sitter trying to find a way around the 15H, but that 15H still too strong upstairs. Thompson holds on to 3rd, Dylan Smith in 4th. Great battle now between Anthony Roth and Jason Breeze through 3 and 4.
So Hoffelman definitely better on top of turns 1 and 2. Now he'll shut the door on Reitz on the bottom in turns 1 and 2. Reitz sits back there in the 2nd spot. Dylan Smith works over Cody Thompson. Then it's Jason Breeze, Anthony Roth, Brian Ozentowski, Bob Zobek, Mike Lineberry, Nate Thompson. Continuing to go in this one. 10 down, 10 to go. Jared Hoffelman picking up your QA1 halfway leader. Hoffelman in the 15H machine now as Roth gets around Breeze.
Anthony Roth power move to the inside of Breeze for that 4th place spot. Now here comes Smith looking to the inside of Cody Thompson. Off 4 cannot complete the pass. Hoffelman still your race leader. Reed still trying to close the gap. Smith looking to the inside of Thompson again off 2.
So Hoffelman has gave up on the top side, now working downstairs around the tires. The 15H machine of Jared Hoffelman continues to show the way. 12 laps in, 8 laps left to go for Hoffelman. Alex Reitz runs in that second spot. Dylan Smith continuing to work on Cody Thompson, the battle for that third spot.
Single file bottom feeding around the US 30 Speedway here, and no one giving an inch at all on the bottom side. Hoffelman will have lap traffic within about a lap or two here as they come off turn number 2. Smith a little bit of bumper tank to Thompson as we got 2 cars around in turn 4.
Looks like the 50 machine of Scott Smith and possibly the 4B of Brandon Verbeek over there.
A little bit of a header fire on the 50 of Smith, quickly extinguished. Verbeek as well, the 4 car. Oh, I don't know, Scott. Something, no? Okay, maybe not. Looked like something possibly broke on the left front, but no, that car looks A-okay. We'll get them lined back up and try her again. The crowd loved it, so they're doing it again tomorrow night. So Mad Photography putting on a stock car King of the Hill as well. And then the motorhome / camper races tomorrow at the new Raceway Park.
Is the Mini Winnie the way to go?
I'm not going to say, but I mean, they've got passengers as well, too. So Be sure to tune in tomorrow for that. But meanwhile, right here, right now, we're back to the green flag in our Modified A feature.
Hoffelman brings us back to the green. He protects the bottom, but here comes the 25C of Cody Thompson. He'll look to the outside, down the back straightaway. Thompson and Hoffelman side by side into turn number 3. Cody Thompson now will be your race leader at a turn number 4, the 25C machine.
Sioux City Slayer on top now in the 25C. Oh, Anthony Roth gets a tire and goes around.
The Roth machine hit one of those inside tires, I do believe. Look out, Mason Brink around in the 33M.
The car, you saw him, Scott, jumped a little bit after hitting that tire tractor that's buried inside the dirt there. And Anthony Roth, not sure if he's got a couple things broken on that 60 IV car, but that could have been a lot worse than what it was.
Man, when I looked down there, he was off the ground, the 60 IV machine, hitting one of those inside tires and a little bit of that burn possibly. So Reitz now pushed up to the outside the 1AR car, unfamiliar territory for him. We'll see what happens here on the restart. Roth back there inside of row 3 with Breeze in the 21 machine. Green flag back out for Cody Thompson.
Thompson will take the lead down into turns 1 and 2. Hoffelman cannot get the jump that he needed. Reese followed by Anthony Roth, and now Jason Breeze, your top 5, is coming at 3 and 4.
Problems on the 999 of Ozentowski over there, getting Lineberry slowed up as well. See if Ozentowski can pull off the Speedway. Still rolling slow into turn number 3. Thompson, your race leader. Hoffelman, Reitz, and Roth, your top 4.
As they work now into turns 3 and 4, Cody Thompson, 5 to go now for the 25C as they work into turns 1 and 2. Ozentowski will pull it into the infield. He'll be done for the Abe Lincoln Memorial. Thompson pulling away, though. He's got the lead by half a straightaway.
Cody Thompson is going to look to run away with this one. 4 to go. We've seen it's not over till the checkered flag waves as Jason Breeze now will work back on the inside of the 60 of Anthony Roth. Bob Zobek, Nate Thompson now looking to the inside of Zobek. The battle for that 6th spot now. Nate Thompson on the inside of turn number 3, the 3T machine. That's 3 laps left to go in this one. Thompson and Zobek side by side down the front straightaway.
3T Nate Thompson trying to work his way into the top 5, but he'll have to run down Jason Breeze to do it. Meanwhile, Cody Thompson in 25C fashion. We'll see 2 to go this time by straightaway advantage now for the Sioux City Slayer. Hoffelman, Reitz, Roth now your top 4, and Jason Breeze rounding out your top 5. White flag coming out this time by one more time around for the 25C.
One more time around the 3rd mile here at US 30 Speedway. The driver from Sioux City looking to pick up yet another victory here at US 30 Speedway. He'll head down the back straightaway one final time. Hoffelman runs 2nd. Then it is Reitz in 3rd out of 4 double checkered flags. Cody Thompson.
Sioux City Slayer slaying the competition here tonight. Hoffelman in second. Reeds, Roth, and Breeze will be your top 5.
So he'll head down to Valmont Victory Lane to our man Jimmy Scott, the driver out of Sioux City. Harris Auto Racing Massey Motorsports 25 machine. Cody Thompson looks like he's no stranger down there.
Well, Cody, you had to work at that one and be patient about it. And finally, that restart, you got him there and went mid-track, and it grabbed and you took off.
Just knew I had to keep my tires clean under there. I seen them guys up in there in the dirty stuff. Actually, Dylan Smith told me a long time ago when I first started racing that I needed to stay in the black and keep the tires clean, and that's what I did. So got to thank Dylan on that one.
Well, who will help you out? Motorsports is a big part of your sponsorship.
I got to thank Harris Auto Racing for giving me this better opportunity that I'm in right now. And Premier Industries, Massey Motorsports, Reich Painting, Decorating, K&J Reynolds, Excel Floor Covering, Northwest Iowa Picks, Roscoe Carbs, Mr. B's Flooring, Advantage Extreme Race Lubricants, and Dirt Stars, Pounders, the bar, everyone that's on this, Swift Springs, everyone that's on this race car, it wouldn't be possible for them.
Well, guess what? You do like this place, and you just got yourself an Abe Lincoln Memorial feature win. The Sioux City Slayer, Cody Thompson.